Hey everybody, it's Monday the 21st of June 2021. Ooh, 21 and 21, right there is an angel number. Anyway, welcome to Kev's Daily Vibe. I am here to bring you a uplifting, inspirational messages based on what I learn, what I share, and intuitively what I bring in from my spirit guides, my angels, and yeah, that kind of thing. I was trying to think about something I wanted to share today with you, and I think I'm going to bring it tomorrow. I'm not sure if today, and let's have a look and see if today might be. Is this the summer solstice today? I don't know. I'm not really keeping up on it. Let me do my little bit of research and see when is the summer solstice. There you go. Is the summer. There we go. Starting of 2021 season, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to it. So it's like a seasonal thing on 2021-21. There we go at 4:03 a.m. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, okay. This comes from Newsweek. Beginning of the summer in the Northern Hemisphere. Wow, okay, look at that. Summer solstice falls between June 20th and 21st and marks the longest of the year and the official beginning of astrological summer in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, I was on a call yesterday. There we go, I'll get rid of that. So, welcome, summer solstice. You know, it was on my mind. It was in my whatever you want to call this hemisphere to get to what that was about, what it brings up, what it doesn't bring up. And yesterday, I have to say, I was on my mentor call of the month, which was a bit different. I think it was more of a an update of sorts. Anyway, it was a lot of really good information about partly the solstice energy, the summer solstice up here in the Northern Hemisphere, the winter solstice down below in the Southern Hemisphere, and what those two somewhat represent. The summer coming forward and bringing into fruition, manifestation, action, to work what we are here to work for, with, through, and do. And then in the southern part, the southern hemisphere experiencing the southern hemisphere experiencing the northern or the winter solstice, theirs is about reflection, about looking back on, about realizing the journey in preparation for what's next. I found myself in this weird space of flipping it. I was very reflective yesterday afternoon on my somewhat life's journey, and I spent some time researching, of all things, the roots, going way back into about 30 years ago, 81, when I was 19, 20, somewhere like that. And I was reminded of the very first place I bought, and couldn't think for the life of me. Actually, it was going through my noggin, my mind, for a couple of days, that what in the world was the name of that street? What in the world was the name of that? And then yesterday I found it. I don't know why. And it suddenly occurred to me, there is a reason why I'm unearthing and digging up something that was so part of my life 30 years ago that is no longer, because we evolve. And I still was not unclear until maybe this morning, and I'm going to do some more of that own personal deep research, like that deep reflection work, if you will, which is why I brought up that for me it's about reflecting on something that happened goodness knows how long ago, and why would it be prevalent now. Different person, different place, different part of the world, to be honest, doing different things, up for different things, interested in different things. And I wonder sometimes if we are not reminded of the time span, years, decades, what have you, that we have done what we've done, what we have accomplished, how we've accomplished it, and where we've landed as people. That to me feels more like, oh, take everything upon reflection, take everything where we are at, take everything that we've accomplished, got to, then work with all of those things to realize without them, without the lessons, without the stepping stones, without the energy, we wouldn't be here doing what we're doing, wouldn't be stepping into this arena, if you will. I'm often so intrigued, interested in, and amazed by young scholars who are brilliant and they have such wisdom about them, and I'm learning from them, younger and older. And I think that the time has shifted, twisted, and has me kind of reworking some of the things I was working with years ago and renewing new things of something that I haven't had an essence of, but didn't really pay a lot of attention to. Now they're coming back around, and they're becoming more, I'm adding more layers to them, if you will, more dimensions to them. So a lot of reflection, a lot of anticipation, a lot of what's new, the shifting, and all of that really goes into how we use points of a year, calendar year, a season, to decide what it is that we're releasing, what it is we're bringing in, and knowing that part of where we are in that process of sorting had to happen. It is really truly about releasing, letting go of, being reflective. And that sometimes is vulnerable, emotional, because what's to come, what's to be manifested, what's to happen needs room, needs space, needs time to start developing, be developed. I've noticed in my careers, plural, because I've had a few of them, that intertwine together. That was something else I did this weekend. I worked on the website, still more work to do, tweaking it. Because, you know, the websites, whether it's social media or whatever it is, if you put out to the world as a business thing, has to be updated, refreshed to reflect the now and what's happening right now. I am not interested really when I go to places and look at websites that don't have a fresh look about them, don't have new information. That's sort of like trotting out the same old, same old. Then you wonder, oh, okay, there's traditional, I get that, totally. You want some sort of security. And then there is evolution. That's newness, that is keeping up with what's happening. All right, let's get to today's message from the cards. Let me switch over to that view. Here we go. Oh, why is it not coming in? Let's see if we can. There. Well, yeah, we go. Had a little time to focus. Wake up, wake up. All right, so thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence and to revealing to me what I need to know. Whoops, I'm not doing a very good job of shuffling these cards. I'm willing to listen, to receive, and to, well, they're not jumpers, they're just clumsy. And to receive. What's. You know, I spent some time this morning putting these right side up. And it's not working. There you go. Let's start again. I'm hearing a message from my angels. They're laughing at me, which is fine. They do that. I like the fact that my spirits and angels have a sense of humor. But yeah, I get all butterfingers, they called them, you know, just really sort of not really with the program. I think I should be with the program. Okay, let's just go ahead and spread them out. Maybe that's the thing. Let's just pick one. There we go. Let's see if this card reveals any kind of Oops, there we go again. I twisted them all up around, put them all back together the wrong way around. There you go. Oh, cut the cords. Wow. How incredible is that? You know, I'm listening for what's coming up. I love this card. I just do. I love the image, the angel with these magenta wings, and what it's telling me in the image, without going into too deep about the the description that Carl writes in the guidebook. Here we have an image of a bright angel with the left hand pointing to the North Star and the right hand over the heart. And from the heart comes this energy. Let me see if I can get it up closer. There we go. Whoop, there we go. And from his heart comes up the energy that swirls all the way around the violet flame. And inside the violet flame is the beautiful white light of Source. And then if you look up towards the index finger pointing to the North Star and being part of the North Star. And the painting has images of the angel with somewhat wall paint, tribal paint, stripes on the face, basically kind of sort of the individual showing some creativity, beautiful magenta wings. And of course the color of magenta represents Archangel Metatron, who comes to release, cut the cords, move away the lower vibrational energies, the stagnant energies that have become stuck, that have become drains. And you know, Metatron, there's a part of the protection prayer is Metatron's job and purpose is to remove those lower vibrational energies and the blockages that get in the way of love, to transmute anything that feels heavy, anything that feels negative, anything that feels unsettling, anything that feels unkind. Transmute it and transform it into what it is meant to be. So our message today is, with this summer solstice here, this lovely energy of stepping forward, step forward, be proud of manifesting everything that's for the highest good of everyone else, including yourself. This is time to cut the cords to judgment, to step away from something you don't agree with, people you don't agree with, energies that are not in alignment with your energy. We have to step away from the things, people, places, situations, stories, drama that doesn't serve the purpose for which we want to get on board with, the things we want to align ourselves to. So that feels pretty good, pretty right. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing in this. I'm pulling forward the guidebook just to see if there's anything in here that I'm missing that perhaps should be talked about. Yes, it says, if you're finding yourself hanging on in a situation you know is unhealthy or negative, angel wisdom is encouraging you to call upon the help you need to release it. Know that the angels are guiding you to surrender the need to direct and control at this time. Meaning that sometimes when we get into situations, stories, drama, we hold on to it because we believe that that's all we know. Stop, cut away. When you ask your angels to support you in cutting the cords, they'll help dissolve the connections that are hooking into negative situations. You've got to do your part as well. Remove yourself from harmful and draining situations. Cut the cords on people that are not for your highest good. If you've got any questions regarding a situation, relationship, or an outcome, know that you're being guided to find a new way forward. It'll be more rewarding, more replenishing for you. Ultimately, cutting the cords is an act of self-defense, self-care, and love. Woo! Yes, I can get behind that, my friends. I certainly can get behind that. I'm trying to think of instances, stories. Well, I just said I don't know. Thanks, angels. And I'm feeling good about that. You know, whenever there's a big, massive change coming, for me at least, on lots of levels, I get somewhat emotional. I mean, that's tough, I think, for guys to be okay with being emotional. It sometimes brings up parts of my life that I haven't felt right about or good about. And growing up, I was always told I was really sensitive. Now I know why. It's curious to me that sensitivity, showing love, showing emotions, being vulnerable, the loving, the kindness, the just that lovely ooey gooey feeling in many patriarchal, that heavy masculine vibration is seen as being weak. You know, it's just seen as being bad. Even sometimes in the spiritual communities, if you will, those who profess to be a certain way and truly are not will become quite accusational toward others. I've heard some statements that come out that will be accusing people of not being very spiritual or not being very this or not being very that. In other words, they are almost calling out the hypocrite card, right? It's easy to do. It's an ego trip. It's a really tricky thing that the ego does. Because, you know, the ego wants to keep things safe and secure, doesn't want new, doesn't want evolution. It can be used in a good way if it's inspirational, if it's motivational, and if it brings awareness to bad behavior. In that regard, the ego is wonderful because it brings up the ratchetness that we have to look at. We have to see it. Two things happen. Admonishment, which is when we are feeling a little bit indifferent about the behavior we've exhibited, the unkindness, the unjustness, we get shown that. That's personal karma. The personal karma is someone does something to you that you don't like and it creates an immediate reaction. It creates a want, a need, or what have you, to do something of a negative ilk. That's just a reflection that at some point, at some place, some way, you've done it. You've done that to another person. This is universe's way of saying, see how this feels? Doesn't feel very good, does it? So here's your example. So if you then say, whoops, thank you, I learned my lesson, I won't be doing that, and move on, you cut the cords to it. You cut the cords to that karma and that drama, and you've let it go. The minute you start to weaponize a situation, use your loftiness, your new superpower, your new I've got clean and tidy, thank you very much. The minute you use all that to weaponize another person, you sink right back down into that whole muddy mess. It is hard to do, to walk forward in truth, to walk forward in love, to lift up out of that. I've had lots of folks say, well, how do you do it? You just do it. Turn off the portals that bring the information to you that do that. Start to undo the ties that bind you to people, places, situations, stories, drama. It's all fear-based. And fear, my friends, is at the other end of love, on the shelf. I've often said that, in my mind, I see fear down one end, love at the other end, and we're sort of riding along the middle of it. It's a good place. It's a balancing place. That's it, the balance, the scales, good and evil, light and dark. And then oftentimes we find ourselves plonked right in the middle of the darkness, right on the highway of holy doo-doo land, right? We're right there. Like, how much more of this have I got to deal with? That's at the time that you use the power that is above you, greater than you, that can come and really heal it. That's when we really typically ask for angelic protection and help. And it's always given. We invite it in, and no matter what, somehow or another, the light finds itself and we go for it. But what if we did it on a daily basis? What if we practiced, got a daily spiritual practice, and every single day was grateful? There's your prayers. Stayed in that gratitude for the things that are seriously working, and the things that bring the joy, and the things that bring the love, and the things that bring us what we need to go about our daily life. Stay in that space. Lift that up. And all the other nonsense, because it makes no sense, sort of falls away. Because the Buddha, there's lovely lessons about this, looked right in the face of fear and said, well, go ahead, do your worst. I've got it. I can take it. I can deal with it. Let's have it. It's the fear that the darkness is going to somehow come and get us and do something terrible to us, right? Take away what we want. Take away what we believe in. Take away what we think is going to happen. Now, there's a tricky part where the ego plays this trick on the truth, where you are, the present, the now, the here. Ego doesn't live in the present moment. You do, I do. Learning something right now in the here and the now, getting that download from those loving sources. If you think about the fact that your angels, spirit guides, those who are of love, those who are of your highest good and the highest good of others, all of that, can you think about the field of debris and blockages and energy they have to go walking through, get through, try to find their way through, because it's all overloaded? That's why I clear the space. And this is how Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Gabriel, or Gabriel, depends on what part of that Archangel's energy you're calling forth. Yesterday afternoon, I was, of all things, folding laundry. And thank you, Archangel Gabriel, for cuddling me up in your love and your light. I felt I needed to be nurtured. I felt I needed to have a little bit of apple pie from an archangel. So you see, the archangels are not really masculine or feminine. They are all about the balance. So it's a bit about showing up. How you show up, how you present yourself. And if you truly want to present yourself in this loving, kind, caring, giving light, which you are, you truly are, we all come from that. It's time to cut the cords on the stuff that pulls you down to it, that shoves you somewhere. And I'll just wrap this up, then we'll get to Melody Beatty's, then we'll meditate. This energy that's been going on, this feeling, this whole whether you want, I don't know what you want to call it, pandemonium, if you will, the COVID, the this, the that, the elections, the governments, the summits, all of this, that if we're in a human form, are being pulled into, run around on. All of these, what is the truth? Who do you trust? That crap. And it really, truly is. It's just mind-boggling. To me, you might feel differently. But to me, it's mind-boggling. It's hard sometimes to think, here we go again. Now, I'm in a position, a rare position, where I work with people all day long. I do two things. One is my spiritual work under the Soul Path Connection, and two is the work I do here. I'm doing my greatest job of trying to combine the two creativities because I'm the same person. I don't necessarily shift hair hat and psychic angel hat here. It's the same thing. What you see is what you get. And I did it for a reason. I don't want to shut the door on one thing and open the door on another thing, because that to me is not authentic. Authentic is doing it all, being all that for all people. So what I wanted to share with you before we get into that the daily message from Melody Beatty is, if you are finding yourself struggling through all of this, yeah, you're not on your own. However, I've always believed in order to have a breakthrough, to lift up, to find something much better, brighter for everybody, there has to be a breakdown in what caused all of this to begin with. So, you know, there's no fire without a bit of smoke. So you start the smoke, you start this, the fire starts raging, it starts to burn off that stuff. And through that fiery furnace of whatever you want to call it, there is a lightness that comes out of it. But for all of us, we find our truth at different times, in different places. We're all in this at the same time. We're all up for the same thing. On an individual level, we want to live a really good life. But not to the expense of somebody else who isn't. Not to the expense of somebody else who also deserves to have a really good life and do great things and have whatever they want that you've got. Not that you've got, but you know, the same opportunities, the same things, to be equal with everyone, not above or below. Their truth is different because their experience is different. So this little bit of awkwardness with everybody having a little bit of a different opinion, everybody having a different truth, everyone having a bit of a different belief system, I'm urging to say, follow what your heart, follow what your truth is. Yeah, that feels good. Follow your heart, follow your truth, and just keep going. If something that you know instinctively, intuitively, in your heart of hearts isn't working, a relationship you're in that just is overdone, a job you're doing is just not what it was when you went there, cut the cords. Nothing's going to happen to you. Perhaps you get in touch with the fear that stops you from cutting it. The idea that, wow, I got to get rid of this. I got to leave this. I got to stop this. This isn't good. Okay, you've arrived at this decision. Now put a plan and action to move forward. And that's when this contrasting happens. Yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but. Oh my goodness, the fear. The fear shows up. The ego says, whoops-a-daisy, here's the fear. Stop, no, That's when we go looking for other people to validate the decision that we're making. I've done it. I do it all the time. I stopped it, trying to be aware of when I start second guessing. Going more spiritual. Is this for my highest good? If it is, let's make it happen. If it isn't, take it away. And that's usually pretty quick. It's usually within minutes sometimes. Sometimes, certainly, if it's a day, it's a long time. Pretty instant. If I'm asking, if this is not for my highest good, you need to remove it. And if it is, we need to bring it on. And that's simple like that. All right, my friends, let's read this and then we'll meditate and then we'll get to where we're going. A little bit longer than 30 minutes, but I felt like I had to say that today. Look at this. June 21st. You're right where you need to be. You're right where you need to be, on your path, guided in just the right place for you right now today. Many times on my journey, I stopped short, convinced I would never find the place I was trying to find, only to discover that it was right in front of me all the time. I'd gone there instinctively, gone right where I needed to go, right where I was heading. There's a part of us that knows where we need to be and understands where we really want to go. There's a place in us that has a map. Even if our eyes and our consciousness can't see the map, can't figure it out, or we're not certain that it's even there to begin with. If you're spinning in circles, feeling lost and confused, trying to figure out where you need to be and not certain of where you're going, stop, breathe loudly, look around. You're right where you need to be. Maybe you've been there all along. You know, there's a lovely prayer that Marianne Williamson, said. It says, "Thank you, God, for entering where you already abide." It's a bit about finding that connection with the source energy, universal energy, the divine energy, the power that put everything together as it is and as it isn't, and lining up with it, being at the right place at the right time. We've had all of those instances that's happened. You just go with that. When things begin to not turn out right, you know, people use a GPS system, right, in their vehicles, plugging in the address, and the little person says, at the light, turn here, at the light, turn there, keep going, in a quarter of a mile, get in this lane and that lane. And we're so used to giving into this technology, which is lovely, it's fantastic, it really works. But then what happens when it doesn't? What happens when this particular part did not update their information? And here we have some construction going on, but the guidance says I've got to go right through that construction. Or something else happens where we have to rely on ourselves. And that's where you get clear about, I'm at the right place at the right time. I just have to breathe deeply. I just have to get centered. I just have to knock off the fear that something's wrong. And if you have that feeling that something is wrong, just chase it up with, thank you for showing me that I need to change directions. We can look at things that are wrong and that are right. But that's a polar world. That's a world that doesn't really have a lot of adjustments to it. Just saying. The next time you find yourself feeling that you're at the wrong place or the wrong situation, or you've walked into the wrong door or you're at the wrong building, it's okay. You're not an idiot. You're not stupid. You're not foolish. Stop saying that crap. This doesn't feel right. Thank you for sharing it doesn't feel right. Now show me what does. Get quiet, breathe, and you'll be guided where you need to be. Easy. Done. Let's meditate. Feet flat on the floor. This morning, get yourself settled and think of your body, your torso, your heart, your lungs, your arms. All open up, stretch it, including your feet. Give yourself this internal space to just wriggle around in there and get it where it needs to be. And for the today, just bring your palms up. That's going upwards and outwards. Big breath in. On your exhale, relax, 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 relax. Connect with your breath. Find that rhythm, find that audible sound. Let the thoughts that you have about what's been shared just drop and land. Thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence and for revealing to me what I need to know. I'm willing to listen, to receive, and so it is. Bring your mind and consciousness to something, a person, or a situation that you are most grateful for. And soften your face, put a smile on your face, just lift up your heart, lift up your vibration to the angelic frequency. Follow the sound of your breath in and out. And then right above your head, begin to picture the light coming from source energy, drawing down over you, passing through the stellar gateway, that large chakra, a new age chakra. And then down through the soul star, the one right above your head, the part of you that dances with the universe when you're out of physical body. Your personal New Age chakra. Let this light shine down in through the top of your head. Begin to feel this beautiful golden white light of love, of joy, of peace, of balance and harmony washing down over your body. Clearing away anything and everything that is not for the best purpose of you. Allow this beautiful golden light of love directly from source. It is energizing you, replenishing you, recharging you. Run down your arms into your elbows, from your elbows into your fingertips. Draw the light down into your heart space, that area between the middle of your chest, and let it shine out bright. This is where your internal flame lives. Allow this energetic light to draw down into your belly area, your back and your lower back, healing any of the tight, sore, trapped, stagnant spaces. See the light clearing it out. Move down towards your lower back, tailbone, genitals, your pelvis, your hips, down into your legs, through your feet and every one of your 10 toes, glistening with this golden light, reaching down into the depths of the earth, connecting with the love, the nurturing, the grounding, the peace, and the strength of the Mother Earth that is holding you up. See your entire body tingling and filling with white light, golden light, expanding out from you in all directions. The love of the angels, the love of source energy is wrapping you in this protection. The brighter you shine, the more radiant your being is, the more you magnetically attract others. Your energy, their energy, your guardian angel's energy is here right now. Use this opportunity to send out your prayers and affirm your space and place in this universe. Give thanks. Place the burdens over to angels. And keep the breath going. Keep the light shining. Keep the gratitude pulsing, lifting you. When you feel complete and ready, bring your hands to prayer at heart center. And lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, and together we bow and say namaste. Thank you, everybody, for being here, listening, paying attention, tuning in. I appreciate you very much. Have a great Monday and enjoy your solstice. Bye.